be our guest. We have a very special surprise in store. Gay Weekly Roundtable starts now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Bonjour. Welcome to Gay Weekly Roundtable. We are still celebrating Beauty and the Beast, weeks after the first time we have, and we may not stop, but we're really celebrating today. First, let me introduce myself. I am one of your hosts, Adam Salandra. Find me on social at Adam Salandra. I'm too excited. To my left.
Well, I'm Tony Moore, and you can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. And I can't wait for you to pan to my left.
I'm Yael Tygiel, no one cares. Go on.
And I'm Blake McIver, but today, bonjour, I'm Belle.
Hello, Belle.
Oh.
Good morning, monsieur.
I wish that there was like a hidden camera, because when I walked in, my face was like, oh, you go, girl.
And I had forgotten.
You
so
go, girl.
We're celebrating.
Yes.
We're
And
celebrating
look at it.
all things
We have
Beauty and the
Lumiere
Beast.
here.
Lumiere is here.
and the rose.
And the enchanted rose.
Now, can you give a little, just to scoot up? I don't know if this can, oh, maybe we can't, but I just want them to know, like, at least waist up.
It is like
It's happening.
full on.
It's a gown.
Yes. And you know
Yes.
what? No pads, no anything. Very sensible off the shoulder.
Well, it's a child's extra large that I had to cut up the back to get into, so we're all just doing the best we can.
Oh, and you squeeze into a child's.
I was going to say, when we're fitting into a child's dress, indeed we are doing that.
I wouldn't have been able to do that. Please direct me to the plus size.
Well,
I feel you.
Both of us. Both of us.
also, it's a child, so I mean, you don't,
Yeah.
not everyone
Yeah.
can do
Well,
that.
you know,
But you're doing it. You're working it, honey buns.
Yes.
Well, listen, since we're there, let's just get right into Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
One of our boots on the ground reporters saw it already.
Yes, I definitely saw it. I wrote a review. It's not well written, but
Where can we find said review?
on Yael.tv, YAEL.tv. Don't read it. It's terrible.
Why
But
do you think that?
I just can't write.
Oh.
I don't write. So,
Okay, you're more of an oral.
yes, I am.
Well.
I actually did not mean that joke, but
No, you did.
But I
You
do
did.
mean it
You
now
felt-
that I thought about it.
No, you fell.
Yes,
you fell
yes.
right into it. You know what I just realized is that the last time we were here and you were talking about that you were going to the premiere of Beauty and the Beast and you invited Blake,
Right.
and Blake couldn't go, and then I was like, oh well, maybe I could go.
And then I invited you,
and then I had to check my schedule.
and then you never got back
and
to
I
me.
never got back to you. And I think I wasn't doing anything that Saturday and wanted something to do. And it didn't dawn on me until yesterday that I didn't get back to you. So guess who missed out? Me.
Devastating. But now we get to hear her
Devastated.
review.
Yes. Tell us everything.
So, spoilers if you don't know the plot of
Yeah.
the film.
Oh no, don't tell me.
So we were promised a confirmation of a gay moment.
Right.
This was a pretty gay movie. Like, LeFou was pretty gay the entire time. At points I went, Josh Gad is doing kind of a stereotypical performance, which bothers me, but at times it wasn't.
Yeah.
And there's a moment with the three girls that want Gaston where he goes, not gonna happen.
Oh.
And it's
Sassy.
so sassy. And I went, are we assuming that this isn't the gay moment?
You were like, they're all gay moments.
There's more gay to come.
And then there's
Literally.
there's another character who we meet briefly, and there's a moment where in the final battle, I guess this is such a spoiler for how the movie goes. There's just
It's a spoiler, guys. I haven't seen it, but I do assume that Belle and the Beast fall in love and all that. So go ahead and just give it to us good.
I mean, there's this great scene where the wardrobe throws clothing on the villagers, and one of the men gets put into a dress and is very happy about it.
Hello.
And he's here with us
Hello.
today.
Yes.
Hello. Bonjour.
And the like exclusively like this is the gay moment felt like it could have been a joke in any
Wait,
Disney
that was
movie.
the gay moment?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that was
not.
the
Okay,
gay
got it.
moment.
Gotcha.
So it is gay as can be without the gay moment.
Right, and then the gay moment, I went, well, that felt like a joke that they would play in any Disney movie. Like that could have been played.
Like
in
if it
any
wasn't said, no one would even maybe know the difference.
I mean, everyone would laugh at it and move on.
Right. Which, meanwhile, other countries are boycotting
banning.
it.
Oh, yeah.
But was it Malaysia that now Disney's like, well, you don't get it at all. if you're
Yeah,
gonna
Disney
cut that
pulled it
scene
because
out.
they were going to just cut that exclusively gay
I
moment.
love
Apparently,
that.
they would have to cut
Yeah, they'd be like,
half
we don't
of
know
the
what it
film.
is, so just all scenes with men have to go.
That would become my kind of
It's
movie.
just a story about Belle and
Yeah.
Mrs. Potts and Plumette and the wardrobe sitting around having tea.
It's the Golden Girls
For
of
2
the
hours.
castle, and I'd be into that, honestly.
Oh my
They're
god.
just singing and reading.
Yes, like a true
giant
lesbian
library.
romance.
What a
I
twist.
I just find it so ridiculous that, you know, so many countries and states are like banning the movie because of this gay moment. And I mean, there are other movies that have gay moments and you heard nothing about it, but because it's Disney and because it's this, they like, I feel like people just find something wrong with something when it comes to gay.
Well, of course.
And it's just,
But
it's so stupid.
Not to mention, he is, as you pointed out, the translation, the fool, and that's just his character is like a joke, a jokey side character.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's two princes or anything even remotely
Right.
to be idolized.
They also like it's
So, like,
it's not
it's
a
fine.
kiss. It's not. It's
Yeah.
nothing, you know, that is inappropriate in a Disney universe.
Right.
Speaking of the Disney universe, do you know that a mother canceled the family's trip to Disney because of
I
the
saw
gay
that.
character?
So
Like-
not even the movie, just like the entire trip, we're not supporting Disney now.
Not supporting Disney. Lost $6,000 in canceling this trip because
that
she
important?
wanted to prove a point.
She really hurt Disney.
Yeah,
by,
she hurt
She proved a
them.
point.
by
She
losing
definitely proved a
six-
point.
It's kind of like, really, you're gonna deny your child the chance to go? Like, every child should go to Disney, but it's not like you walk into Disney and Mickey rides in on a unicorn and a rainbow and says, "Welcome to the gayest place on earth," and then all these twinks and bears and all these people start doing this big montage dance moment. I mean, it's like,
I mean, there were children present when I purchased this gown at Disneyland.
So they could
So
see things.
that could have been an exclusively gay moment.
Hey, I've
Sure.
seen some straight things at some amusement parks in my day that I'd rather have never seen,
Right?
but that's,
Right?
we're all just living together. But the thing is, and she would never understand this, and she never will, but the only one she hurt, besides her children, of course, is herself, and that $6,000 she lost.
That's $6,000.
It's insane.
That's
It's
still in
insane.
Disney's pocket.
Right.
So
Right.
at what point did you prove?
Right.
Disney basically said, "Thank you, Felicia."
Even if it was a refund, they'd be like, okay, we'll only take the millions of other people coming this year.
Right.
Like,
Right.
calm down.
Calm down, people, and go see the movie about a girl who falls in love with a beast.
Exactly. I mean, hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. So
There's that.
she falls in love with a beast and never asks his name. Like,
How rude! I've never thought of that.
She doesn't have to ask the name. His name's Beast.
Which it,
Show me the beast.
Yeah. Yeah.
so beautiful when you do it.
Yeah.
you need to make this happen for yourself. Like you're right. Who, if any Disney princess you could portray in a film, would it be Belle or who?
I've always had an affinity for Belle.
Yeah.
It's true. But then when Princess and the Frog came out, I
Oh,
I am a
interesting.
Tiana stan.
I
for
love
life.
that because of the music.
The music, the fact that she makes gumbo, which is
I love that.
one of my all-time favorite dishes on the planet.
God, now that's a surprise answer that I appreciate. You're
Yeah.
always full of surprises, Tiana.
Yeah, I'm a Tiana like hardcore. Like I will find her in the park to get my picture every time I go.
I
to
love
Disney.
that. In your dress, I hope.
I
but
mean,
I don't know.
no.
What about you, Yael?
So
What
Belle,
prince? Just kidding. Tell us the princes are boring. You have to say princess.
I was like, I don't even think I know the names of the princesses.
yeah, Eric. That's the only one I know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Aren't they
Oh.
all charming?
No.
No.
That's
Their
Prince
own way.
Charming,
Calm
Prince
down.
Eric.
No, that was
Calm
offensive.
down.
That's all I know.
Sorry, everyone.
Bridge too far. Yeah.
Jasmine. She's the only Middle Eastern
Sexiest,
princess.
to be certain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She dresses real like scantily for a 14-year-old.
Oh, please, let's not mention their ages. That creeps me out every
It's,
time I think
it's
about
all
it.
kinds of
It's
uncomfortable.
So weird.
Once you go down that rabbit hole,
yeah, you're never coming back.
you're not
I never
Alice.
thought about ages.
Well, when they are low.
I'm okay.
How old's the Little Mermaid?
16.
Okay,
Oh.
that's even older than I thought.
Oh, that's right. Well, they say that at the beginning.
Mr. Henry in the chat wants to know if Ewan McGregor was great, as good as Lumiere, and he was fantastic.
He's Lumiere.
Yes, he is.
It's-
Wonderful.
How did I know
So
that?
I guess I didn't realize who all the voices were because they don't show you before until like they change back into
Oh,
human.
right.
Right.
And I was like, oh my god, what an amazing cast!
That's,
Right?
I'm gonna have to check it out now
Stanley
because I always do that at
Tucci,
the end.
Audra
Yeah.
Is he
McDonald,
Cogsworth?
Ian
Stanley Tucci?
Ian McKellen's
Ian
Cogsworth.
McKellen is Cogsworth.
Who's Stanley? the Tooch.
He's a new character. He's
Excuse me.
the piano or harpsichord.
Harpsichord.
Oh wow.
Guys, okay, now I'm excited.
But-
I don't know why. Talking about inanimate objects got me going.
Well-
Well, they're animate.
Do you need
yeah.
to hold in the air?
For a little, please. Thank you. Now I'm
pass it
awkwardly
down.
really making it happen, but I really am obsessed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Down.
Jasmine was your answer.
Jasmine was
Okay,
my
well, Tony,
answer.
we'll move right along. Even though I don't have an answer, but I'll think of one.
You'll think of one. There's two. I would love to be Ariel. Just because, like, for some reason, when I was younger, I just, for some reason, understood the whole, like, part of your world, and there was
spoke to you.
Yeah, there was something about that song that I was just like, I get it, I understand. So Ariel, and then, of course, Elsa.
That's nice. I
yeah.
forgot about the new crew.
Yeah.
Mine, well, who I would want to be is Ursula. I mean, that to me is the
Yes.
Queen of Queens.
Well,
but I know that wasn't the
100%.
question.
You're
so evil.
I
We're
will
talking about
say,
Disney princesses.
yeah, I will say
'Cause if
Ariel
we're
as well.
going, I'm torn between Ursula and the Queen of Hearts.
There's so
Two
many. It's
big,
all about the
bad
villains for me.
ladies.
Oh, the
I
best.
love that all the villains are like low-key gay, and I'm not offended by it. I prefer the villains most of the time, so I think it's great. Scar,
I'd be Cruella.
Ursula.
But what is your answer?
Oh, Ariel is for princess.
yeah.
Because I think that's my favorite movie of all of them. So therefore, I might as well.
Yeah.
But you know,
I mean, I could be a
flipping your
mermaid
fins.
and fall in love with the prince.
of course.
What would I give to live where you
Okay, next time he'll be in a
Yes, you better
mermaid
go right
suit.
for the reprise.
Oh, of course. Because I
Yes.
want to do the big part of
yeah?
your world.
Is there anyone here who hasn't come out of a pool like that
Yeah.
at some point in their
Oh,
life?
of course.
Yeah, just
Listen,
checking.
even before I had this hair, I would like dip down in the pool and just go.
Oh, you could
Yes.
be bald.
Yeah.
Bald as can be. And
Yeah.
Marlon in the chat says, yes, Jasmine, I will never bow to you. And Hufflepuff says, Mulan is my role model. Mr. Henry likes Ariel.
I'm glad that they're participating,
Yeah.
guys. Thank
Yes.
you. I would say, nope, not even going to go there. I was about to make
You
it
would say
sexual
what?
and reminded that they're children.
Say what?
Just that I think as a child, I didn't think of it in the terms of a threesome because I wasn't that disturbed, but Aladdin and Jasmine would be my couple to like slip in on if they were their real versions in real life. I think they're very sexy.
So
they have a good vibe.
they're making a live action Aladdin.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
perhaps
Oh,
my
are they?
dreams can
Yeah.
come true.
And
They
I
are.
hear, I really hope this is true, but I hear that they're going to actually cast Middle Easterners.
What a
At
concept.
some point, they're going to have to start doing this.
Well,
Hello.
I mean, once upon a
Hello.
time decided that their Jasmine was an Indian British woman and their Aladdin was an Australian Turkish man. Like, neither of those are the Middle East.
Right.
And I want to remind everyone that Agrabah is a fictional place in the Middle East.
Agrabah.
They say praise Allah. They're Muslim, guys.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful point. But you know what? Like, what? It's one thing if we're not writing diverse characters, even though we should be.
Right.
But why can't we cast them when they're that? Like,
There is
mean,
not
like-
a single French actor in Beauty and the Beast.
he's leaving.
That's true. It's an English-speaking
No.
town.
He can't go anywhere right now with that dress.
No, I
didn't
can't.
think of it.
I can't both. I can just
No.
back up
No.
dramatically.
You just kind of push him away.
All right. Do you have anything else to say about this film before we see it?
It's super gay. I definitely think you should see
That
it.
sells me.
Yeah. it's-
So on a scale of unicorn to rainbows,
Oh.
how gay is it?
let's go from unicorn to rainbows. It's go-go dancers.
Oh, that's pretty
Catch
great.
me
That's
there.
pretty gay. Catch me outside.
Cash me at
Cash
the
me.
theater.
How about that?
All right, guys. Moving on to other entertainment news. What do we have? Oh, Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is a show. They got a little gay this week. As
little.
we talked about last time, Fire Island is coming. Before we see this SNL part, you weren't here, so I want to get your take on Fire Island because it's been very controversial.
I mean,
Did you watch the trailer?
I did. I'm so excited.
Okay,
I mean,
great.
it's the delicious kind of
Exactly.
wonderful.
That's how I feel, too.
You know, I use the term garbage like so lovingly in this
Right.
in this certain scenario.
It's like the love
Like,
and hip hop of logo.
Yeah.
Exactly. For me, it's like if the people that had a problem with it because there's not more diversity, it's like, okay, well, don't do less of stuff like Fire Island. Do more,
Just do more.
of stuff
Yeah,
along
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because we need our trash too. We need it.
Well, and
I
this
need
is
it.
a very real thing. I have friends that go to Fire Island every single summer, and they only obviously do 1 week, like
Yeah.
a sensible human being. But, but it's a real thing that happens. It's a real, it's been going on forever and ever,
Right.
and
And
it's
it is
a
what it
part
looks
of our
like,
gay
yeah.
culture.
Right.
And so I cannot wait for the drama.
I feel like by saying diversity, like we realize that it's like a diverse cast. There's a black guy, there's a Hispanic guy,
Sure,
but
totally.
but by diverse, because I was watching back what I was saying last week, and I was like, by diverse, I mean like this is great to see the party gays, but I want to see
Right.
like
Yeah.
other gays, like like gay daddies.
Totally.
Like I would, which speaking of, there's a whole Instagram called like Gay Daddies. I think it's called Gay Daddies, but it's like
That could be
really,
different.
like really hot men, like holding the cutest
cat-
baby.
Sign me up.
It's
I do get
so
baby fever
cute.
sometimes.
It's
I have to
so
admit.
cute.
But exactly. But
Yeah.
the thing is, that would be a different. Not for you.
Sorry, I don't like kids.
Okay.
I
Well, you've
love
made that
kids.
very clear.
Oh, I can't wait to
Sunday
have
school
one.
teacher Yale.
And I want much more than this provincial.
But what I was gonna say is, do I know? The thing is, all those shows like Dads, we had some good ideas last time, but that's still gonna be a different. Bears couldn't be, but that's still gonna be a different show. It's not people getting drunk and then fighting because they're wasted and wanting to hook up. So it's just a different type of show, which I do
Yes.
still think we need.
Give us Les Trash,
Right.
Then give us La Bougie.
Exactly. And
Like
that,
I
think,
need, and if you can somehow combine the two, like The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is a
Exactly.
great combination of both.
Wonderful.
I'm here for that.
guys.
I'm here
okay,
for that.
This is another segue, but nope, I'll come to it later.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah, okay, we're
Girl.
going to. The point of all this is
Get on track.
Saturday Night Live parodied Fire Island with lesbians. If
Oh.
you didn't see it, let's take a look.
It's
If you're listening,
glorious.
take a listen.
Where's the audio?
About Fire Island, a new reality show on Logo about 6 sexy gay guys sharing a beach house.
Cocktails, sunshine, boys.
It's the gay Disneyland, y'all. And if you like separating types of people into shows, you'll love Logo's other new reality show, Cherry Grove, about a group of affluent lesbians one beach away.
Hey, Beth, did you pack my water socks? Beth? Beth? Beth?
Spend a weekend with these sexy studs
21, I'm the crazy little one.
and these women.
I'm 38 and I'm the dairy intolerant one.
Get ready for the insane parties.
This weekend, I'm ready for anything.
Spit everywhere in laughter.
If you think Fire Island is non-stop sex, wait till you see what passes for a bang fest in Cherry Grove.
I just need you to tell me that you see me. I see you. I see you.
The boys may love drama,
Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna entertain this bull anymore.
but watch these ladies lose it.
Hey. I thought we said no screens. Your rules, Puck.
I just think if we both agree on
And we
something.
do agree, Puck, but when you
Love
hammer
80
and
Brian.
you hammer,
Okay, that's good. We can stop and discuss. But first of all, I love the ladies of SNL. Every season, I just love women making me laugh. So that alone, I appreciated. But I was just realizing as we watch this that it's, even though it was a joke, it's almost making the point of like, well, why not someone else in the gay community?
Yeah.
And it is showing that, okay, great, let's watch a show about lesbians, but it is going to be a very different show.
I watch a show about lesbians.
I mean,
I'd watch a show about all our people if it's
but
reality.
Also,
Yeah.
there could be, you know what I mean? Like, you could do a show if we wanted to
Lipstick
do.
lesbians, drunk, and
Right,
totally.
yeah.
You can find a way to get people drunk and rowdy in any situation.
Mr. Henry in the chat says, I think the word we might be looking for is inclusion rather than diversity.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well put.
Yeah, and Dwight says that SNL did a wonderful job parodying Fire Island.
Yes.
And Hufflepuff says, OMG, these lesbians are literally my neighbors. I definitely was watching it going, oh, I know these women.
Yeah, which is why it's so funny. And
Yeah.
Kate, at the end, they do a thing. They're like, only on Logo, and they're like, yes, Queen, yes, yes.
Oh yeah, they're like
Was it
queen,
like,
yes.
is that something that is offensive to people? Do you
Yes,
think?
Queen.
them doing that. Like, I don't get offended by things like that, but my thought when I watched it was, is that?
No.
No.
And I feel like once you bring that up, like, is it offensive? Someone's gonna be like,
I know.
I'm offended.
I
just
don't mean to be that
realized.
person, but I guess I'm in the mindset that everyone feels like they need to tiptoe around. So, like, I'm happy to see that. And please, you can make fun of it in us, but, like...
To clarify, are you asking if the parody that they did was offensive?
No, because to me, I'm asking if you think other people would get offended. This
if
whole
other
parody,
people-
no, because Kate McKinnon's in
Right,
it, so she's a lesbian.
Kate McKinnon's a lesbian.
Just
Right.
the gay lispy thing at the end.
Oh.
Oh no!
Is what I meant.
No, you can't be offended by something that people actually do.
Lord, I wish we'd be offended by so little.
And on that network, so
Yeah.
it's not like you're making fun of logo,
Totally.
like, which is...
Good, because I don't want it to be offensive. Let's
Yeah.
be very clear.
No.
But also, it's kind of like, I always kind of like to look at the parody thing this way. It's like, if you've made it to a point where SNL is now making fun of you, like then you have hit the cultural mainstream.
made
Because if
it.
because you so many sketches that like end up on the writers' room floor, like you made it to air, so
And it
they're
was at the
making
beginning
fun
of
of
the show.
logo.
Right.
That means
Yeah.
that its logo is now making enough of a cultural
It was at the
impact.
top, exactly, and all the Fire Island boys were sharing it very
Oh,
happy because I
yeah,
mean they
they
were
were
literally
thrilled.
on
They were
SNL.
thrilled,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'd be flipping.
I would too.
I really hope that Logo looks at this and they had a meeting on Monday and was just like, you know what? We need to do more.
Oh, that would be so nice.
The thing
It'd be really
is-
nice if they saw this and went, why don't we do a show about women?
That too.
Or
Right.
or
Yeah.
exactly. But also, RuPaul just won an Emmy for Logo, so it was like now they're getting recognition, and then it's like I gotta go to
Bye.
VH1. So poor
Yeah.
Logo. But anyway, I loved that. Also, at the end of SNL, they all come out and wave at the end, and Cecily Strong, one of the cast members, was front and center in a trans rights or human rights T-shirt.
Awesome.
Representing, which was very cool. So anyway, that was your little SNL comedy talking about gay people. And side note, God bless Kate McKinnon, who
Yes.
is really wonderful.
And not on Twitter, so if anyone sees her, let her know I'm available.
Oh, okay, like just
Will
in
do.
person.
Yeah, because she's not on Twitter, so I can't be
Oh.
like, Kate, we're supposed to be together.
Yeah.
Is she on Instagram?
I didn't check.
Could you slip into her DMs?
Oh, you better slide into those.
You better hurry up
Yeah, those
because
DMs are full.
listen, today's Thursday, and if she's a single lesbian by tomorrow, she's gonna be in a relationship with a cat.
Hey,
Oh.
there's no time. She has SNL on Saturday.
I know.
Excuse me, I think I burped directly into the mic just now. I apologize.
We are
I'm real. I'm like Wendy
Don't let
Williams.
the ball gown fool
Do you guys ever feel like Wendy's putting it on a little, that she's like, sorry, I'm just eating? I'm like, oh, you're not always eating in the middle of your show. Like, you're just wanting to be one of the people and like dab
Oh
your
no
mouth
no
on them.
no no no! I watch Wendy
Yeah,
daily.
you do. So you're the one to
And
answer.
so I'm like, no, that's real.
Okay.
That's
She's really eating
when
all
she-
the time.
When she's like, when she's like, okay, y'all, so, oh, this is real. They got me together today. Oh my god. So,
Oh,
I'm so sorry. My mouth is so watery because that. Oh, okay. All right, so
exactly.
all right, so
and
we're
always
gonna
like again.
like,
like,
but you look at that, and I mean that's just
yeah,
that's just how
if it's
she's-
real, I do love it.
Yeah, she's not that, like, you would think that she would be like cut or like let's redo that or no. And
But no, what is
sometimes
life?
even during her show she goes off on tangents. Like she'll be like, Suzanne, how are you today? Before she's she's already kind of brought up the next hot topic, but then she segues to Suzanne, but then it comes back
Well, I
to
can
the hot
relate to
topic.
that. I just tried to tell 3 stories at
Yeah,
once.
yeah,
but
yeah.
Me and Wendy.
I love Wendy. Wendy, how you doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah.
Speaking of one of the stories I tried to tell, we mentioned Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. There's a rumor of next season who will be joining the cast, Caitlyn Jenner. Just a rumor, but
She's not
here's
a
why I'd be okay
housewife.
about it.
She's not a housewife.
Yeah. Well, no.
It's a
Very few of them are
but
now
these
across
days,
the
nor live in
franchise.
Beverly Hills, none of them do.
But it's a no because I can't imagine Caitlyn Jenner a part of it. She would be like Kim Fields on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it
Yeah,
wouldn't
it wouldn't
fit.
work.
I
It
would
wouldn't
take
fit.
Kris
Yeah.
Jenner before Caitlyn.
Kris Jenner, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kris
absolutely.
Jenner,
What you wanna see.
Kris Jenner absolutely
Absolutely.
would fit in with them.
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. But I feel like Kris Jenner would be compared to like a Nene, as far as like star
Yeah.
status, and I feel like Chris is in a place where that may not be her lane. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Like
in the chat room, Mr. Henry84 said, I'd prefer Candace Kane, and I agree 100%. I would love to have Candace
Will
Kane.
you get out of my chat room?
Sorry, I saw it.
Don't speak to Belle that way, please.
yes.
Yeah, could
But listen.
She's such a beast.
can you imagine
Oh, this
the wife of that boorish, brainless?
I can't. You look so beautiful.
I know, that's why I'm like, you can't, not today. Save it, write your complaints down.
Oh
Send
my
them
God.
via email.
But I agree
that's a
with
good point.
I agree with Mr. Henry.
And
I
so
think
does Dwight.
I think Candace Kane would be amazing on that show, and I think she would be able to handle the women, and I think she would. I would see her and Erica Jane being like sisters on that show.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
And I feel like they would kind of have the same personality where
I'd like
they
them to
would-
fight just because of
Yeah,
that.
well, I feel like they would sit back and let all the shenanigans happen, but then when spoken to, it's like, oh girl, let me just kind of.
Oh, you mean like Erica Jane last night?
Yes. Yeah,
She's stepping up.
Oh my God, I love Erica Jane, and I hate that
Pure love.
I hate that like I've known of her for years, and I never got on the Erica Jane train until she got
What'd you
on
know her
Real
from?
House. Well, I have a lot of like gay dancer friends, so they all used to dance for her, and she used to like perform everywhere.
Into
and I
clubs.
and I always heard Erica Jane, and I was like, oh, she's pretty, yeah, whatever. And then it wasn't until she got on Housewives that I was like, oh my God, I live for her. And now
she
she's
is
gonna
the
be on
queen.
Dancing with the Stars starting Monday.
I know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Well,
so there's
just
that
diving
tea
right
for
in.
you.
Back to
Long live Erica
Caitlyn.
Jane. Yeah.
Well, we all agree Caitlyn is a no. We moved on from that. We're done.
Well,
I just I would like to just say something
Yeah.
if I might.
you might.
Thank you.
You may.
What I want.
Well, that was cute. So anyway.
Girl, why is everyone picking on me?
These petals are gonna start falling.
I know.
Oh my god, and then it's too late. I would like to
Continue.
hear. I actually have something to say as
Thank
well.
you. What I think after Caitlyn had her show, I Am Kate, I think what everyone realized was that she needs to learn and educate herself.
Correct.
And if she wants to be a spokesperson for her community, she needs to go and be part of her community. And joining the Housewives is not going to help her.
Oh no.
If for me in an first of all, yes, I mean she voted for Trump. We get it. She can't be the spokeswoman. But in terms of drama, if the Housewives cared about this cause and would fight her on it, that I'd watch. But it's not going to be about that. Which I mean, you wouldn't want it to with them anyway. So it's just kind of a loss. She's kind of boring. When Caitlyn first transitioned and like came out with the transition. Boy, was I excited and rooting for her and couldn't wait. And then obviously, aside from even the politics and being a bad spokeswoman, it was just it didn't pop the show. I Am Kate. So I
Well,
don't
I
think
would
she
have
was-
loved the show if it just didn't have Kate in it.
Well,
If that
exactly.
whole cast of
Correct.
trans women were phenomenal and
Yes.
brilliant and gifted and talented and interesting
educated.
and all of it.
Yeah.
And
I loved it.
You did?
I
Good.
watched both seasons. I think what it was that Caitlyn didn't have enough time to become comfortable with Caitlyn.
True. And so it was like
she
teaching
was-
her, but
she was thrust into another reality situation before she was able to kind of go, let me just get used to like what is happening with me and let me just kind of live
after 65
for right
years
now.
of not.
Yeah,
Right.
let me just kind of live and also, here's this question. Did she want to be a spokesperson for the trans community? Or did she get thrust into that because of her transition?
I think she wanted
she's
to.
making political statements about
she
it.
chose
So
to.
she's, I think, on purpose. That.
Well,
If she did not want to be part of the conversation, she would have transitioned and not done the interview and not done the Vanity Fair cover and not done the show.
But
she
even
would
those-
have transitioned and left.
even those things, though, I think if she wants to do that, it's not necessarily your responsibility to be a spokesperson.
you get, please, by all means, Vanity Fair calling me, I'm
Right, and then you're not like, I'm not now the
day.
spokesperson for gay men, but like,
No.
But
I'm living
here's
my
the things
life.
she said that made her that way-ish, and at the same time, though, you said thrust into it?
Yeah.
it opened a lot of people's eyes to trans people. So I guess in that way she was forced. In that way she was, because she is very famous. Anyway, I don't even think it's going to happen, so we certainly can move on.
If Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Andy Cohen, hey girl, how you doing? If you are watching for whatever reason, A, book me.
Fan.
Also,
B,
come be on the show.
Come be on the show.
Yeah,
B,
anytime.
But
anytime.
please reconsider Caitlyn and maybe go for Candace. I vote Candace. I think she would be a phenomenal. Oh my God, and she's so much like Erica Jane too. Because Candace is definitely a showgirl.
Absolutely.
I thought that's why you said it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. That just dawned on me too. Okay.
All right. Just in case Bella the Ball has to leave early, I'd like to discuss some things with you, Belle.
Oh, uh-oh.
Well, she wouldn't have to leave her. That would be Cinderella.
Oh, I wish it was Cinderella.
That would be Cinderella. Belle can stay.
Yeah,
She's
well-
trapped. She's trapped in the castle.
When
with
the
beasts.
last petal falls, it's over.
It's over.
So I don't
It's
know
over.
about that.
Transform back into a beast.
Beast. Actually, might I just say he was looking very astonished before he transformed into Belle. So this man can do it all, okay? Including talk about politics, and that's what we're going to do real
Even
quick.
in a dress.
Yeah.
Especially.
Okay, so I just kind of wanted to kind of piggyback on what we were talking about 2 weeks ago. Kind of how this whole news cycle gets really overwhelming, especially as LGBT people. It all just sounds awful, and it sounds like rights are going to get taken away, and just everything's terrible, and you know the great awfulness of this administration. But the important thing to remember is there are things that we can do on our local level to get involved, and like the easiest one, obviously, is voting. And we had an election on March 7th for Los Angeles. I know we've got listeners all over the place, but this was specifically what inspired me. The voter turnout was like under 12% in LA City for our election. If you can't care to show up in your own backyard, like that is how this stuff falls through the cracks, and rights are taken away, and legislation is passed that's against your best interest. Like, if you don't care enough to actually just show up or know who your local reps are, it's ridiculous to me. So anyway,
I think we all know that if it's not the presidential election, it's a very low turnout. But I was shook, as they say, to see 11%.
That
that's
was
low.
horrifying. And, you know, we've got to really hold our local representatives accountable for what they're doing, because that's something that we can tangibly do. You can get their email address. You can get in contact with them. You can schedule a meeting in a lot of cases with your local reps.
And our new, I don't know how to pronounce her, is it Kamala? Or
Kamala Harris.
Kamala. She's becoming a little star in the game.
She's an absolute rock star, and she's brilliantly intelligent. And every time she speaks, it's
I know that's
just
a
like,
little bit above what we were talking about, but still California.
but she really does care, and has made a point of proving how much she really does care.
In fact, follow her on Twitter.
Yeah, follow her on Twitter. She's spectacular. Anyway, that's my little soapbox.
Mr. Henry in the chat says complacency is why bad things happen.
Correct.
Thank you, Mr. Henry.
Correct.
And we do have our president now. So
anyway, just care more and know who's speaking for you.
Yeah, love that.
And also, just be knowledgeable of what's going on, because, I mean, I'm going to just admit, I was one of those people that didn't really know, like, we had to vote on something. Like I had seen like vote something on this measure at like some billboards, but it wasn't until like I got home one day and there was like one of those voter booklets, and I was like, are we supposed to be voting on something? And I think that, you know, for me, someone who's not a very political person but tries to be aware of what's going on, sometimes you're just not as knowledgeable as you should be, like when it comes to like the presidential election, and we're doing all the research and looking at everything, and then when it comes to local stuff, you're just kind of like, wait, what? So I feel like if you know, it was just as important as the presidential election, then there would be more of a turnout.
I think the truth is that now, with what is currently happening at the high levels, we can't go back to being under our rocks and not caring. Like
we can't afford.
Until closer to before Trump got elected, I was not thinking about politics, and then we got closer and I went, well, now I got to do something, and then it happened,
Yeah.
and I went, well, now I can't. Like, I don't have the luxury anymore to sit back and go, well, I'm sure it'll figure itself out.
Right.
We don't have that luxury anymore. I think we all have to do something now.
Yes. Do something.
Vote.
That includes me.
Oh, yeah. Even stars like you.
Stop it.
Big stars, making a difference.
So there's
Stop
a
it.
question in the chat if can we explain how and why you have to register to vote. I can't explain why you have to register, but you do. And I think if you literally Google the words register to vote and your state, you will have a website that will tell you where you can go and how to do it.
It's
I
usually
know
at the
that-
DMV, isn't it?
the DMV.
But they're making it's extreme. I don't remember how I did it, but it was easy because I remember being like, I don't want this to be a chore,
Well,
and
so
it wasn't.
in California, you can do it online real quick.
Oh, that must be it.
Yeah.
I think I did it at the DMV when I switched everything over. I was like, oh yeah, register me to vote. too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Hello.
Do that. I
All
want to
right.
vote.
You
Thank
know
you.
what? We need to talk about mother.
Yes. All right. So everyone, this week, RuPaul was on Hollywood Today Live, and she revealed some amazing news for the first time ever with our very own Ross Matthews, who's a part of the AfterBuzz TV family. Take a look at this clip at what she reveals, and then we'll talk.
23 years. Yeah, 23 years. Are you getting married? Are you going to get married?
You know what? I don't think I've said this on. I've never said this on television before. We are married.
When did you get married?
We got married actually on on our 23rd. I met him on the dance floor at Limelight in 1994 on his birthday. So we got married on his birthday, the anniversary of when we met.
So
this
recent.
year.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
in January, yes.
Congratulations.
We never wanted to do it. We were looking into it for tax breaks and for financial
We got a big old ranch and everything. Well, Rue, we got you flowers.
Well, and that was the big reveal this week, is that RuPaul, mother of all things drag, married her longtime boyfriend of 23 years
Congrats.
this past January.
Congratulations.
So congratulations. Yeah.
I just love that they met on the dance floor of the Limelight.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
And this is pre-grinder, pre-scruff,
Oh, yeah.
pre-A for A, pre-internet, where you actually had to
94.
talk to people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was Rue already famous then, or just starting in '94?
No,
It was before, right?
it was before.
So they stayed together through the first rise of career and the resurgence.
Yeah.
That's love.
And the other thing is, and one thing that she mentioned in this interview is that he's not interested in the limelight. Like he and she says she gets this wrong all the time. She said 60 and then said 6,000. So it's somewhere between 6,000 and 60,000 acres of land in Wyoming. He's like a
real
farmer,
rancher,
a rancher. Yeah. And she says that she goes to the ranch and she's decked out in her fabulous
I love that
cowboy
too. I love
outfit.
that too.
But she's like, it's very boring there, and sometimes they do fabulous things like take trips and things like that. But picture this.
I'm so excited for words.
Yes.
Wyoming.
I can't wait.
2016. You are riding your horse.
Oh, I know it.
And out comes RuPaul, not as RuPaul, but just sensible RuPaul.
Papa Ru.
Strolling down that because ranches has that long driveway,
of course,
to the mailbox,
that dirt road,
and she just looks at you and says, "Hello, hello, hello." Like if I was that person on the horse, I'd be like,
you a death drop.
I'm like, Ru, what are you doing here?
It's a dream.
That is
I wish you were
amazing.
just riding a horse in Wyoming. I was like, Rue.
I'm like,
I didn't expect
well, hey
that.
girl, I didn't expect how your man doing. But congratulations to Ru.
I just really want you to go to Wyoming.
Yeah, huh?
I want you to go to Wyoming, get a horse, and just
wait.
Just
wait.
just search.
Even though you live in the same city as Rue now, you go to Wyoming to
Yeah.
really get the tea spilled.
And they look like such a great couple. He looks very handsome, and actually a few years ago when I worked DragCon, I met him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and he's tall. Like you think
Taller than Rue?
Like him and Rue are probably like
the same height.
Yeah, because I'm a tall guy, and I was just like,
oh, they're above you?
Oh, hey, like slightly, slightly. So, but I'm also just happy that because Rue said that she's a an introvert trying to be an extrovert. I'm just happy that he shared this with us because I mean it's he could have
not. Ross didn't even know who works on the show.
He's a very private person.
I would have loved it when Rue was like, "Yeah, we got married."
Yeah.
When? And he told the story, and it didn't get to the January of this year until the end of it.
Yeah.
I was really expecting like 2 years ago.
Yeah. It was like it could have been anytime, or like even before it was legal everywhere because New York. But
but now, okay, so I'm this girl. Like now I want to be like, so Rue, what did you wear? Like how was the wedding? Like who was there? Where was it at? Was it on the ranch? Like was it outdoor? Was it indoor? Was it like snowfall? Like now I have all these. Did you wear white? Like
I wonder if it was real simple because if he wasn't that into it anyway, it might have just been a cool thing.
Maybe
They just went and filled out the paperwork.
I picture
married.
I picture really, really close, very, very close friends, and not that many. Very Carrie Bradshaw and Big, maybe.
I
just
wish
like
they
in the courthouse of like Wyoming. And,
Wyoming.
Yeah, and and that was it.
I want to see her in wedding drag. That's what I wish it was.
Yes, bridal
just
couture.
Decked out, veil and all.
Yes.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Now with this reveal, can you picture this? You know how was it Vanity Fair that did the spread of Sarah Jessica Parker for Sex and the City?
I don't know.
I thought it was Vogue.
Vogue. Thank you. That's what it was. Can you imagine if Vogue called up Rue and was like, "We want to do the same thing," but like he
like
would
in
be
reality?
but he would be like in drag, like with all these couture,
I'd be purchasing.
I would so buy that.
Yes.
And these like high fashion like. Oh, it just gave me goosebumps.
Hey, listen, Vogue editors, if you're sitting next to Andy Cohen watching, consider this.
Yeah.
And who else would like buy, if you are watching, would you buy the Vogue edition of RuPaul in Wedding Couture?
Absolutely.
More importantly, if you are watching and your answer is no, are
Shame
you
on
tuned
you.
into the wrong show?
Do you know what show you're watching?
That's a problem.
Can you also imagine like a picture of like her in Wedding Couture, but also with some of the queens of Drag Race?
Would be incredible.
As like the wedding party?
Guys, there
love
girls,
it.
that girl. Oh, I didn't remember the line, but I wanted to say the line. There girls, that girl. Something so peculiar.
I mean, no denying she's a funny girl.
Yes,
I actually have to go
That's
to
why
a
I know
screening of Beauty and the Beast right now.
Hence the dress, guys. Please exit us. He really does have to go, but we're going to sign off anyway, guys. Next week we have really bonjour, whatever that.
That back
like a true lady. I know, got a little back action.
I love it.
Guys, thanks for joining us. I mean, we did have Belle in the studio. I don't know how you would have missed it.
I saw
and Belle's naked now. I wish, sorry you can't see, but that's what Instagram's for, kids. Until next time, we love you. I'm Adam Salandra. Please find me on Instagram and all the others at Adam Salandra.
And of course, I'm Tony Moore, and you can find me on all social media at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com.
I'm Yael Tygiel. You can find me everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And playing Belle this evening was Blake McIver at Blake McIver. Everywhere on social media. I got you.
Happy Beauty and the Beast weekend. Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.